Today I'd like to do a walk around and just look at all the tanks and highlight whatever new things are happening, how they have taken, good or bad, and problems, whatnot, or successes. This is 25,000 gallon. The only recent change in here was the addition of the Indian shovelnose catfish. He's doing very well in here. Enjoy his pellets, bosses some fish around, but more or less he's been good in here. So far so good. There's some kind of a problem with one of our giraffe catfish, the one in the back. It's got a big bulge in the stomach, so I've been eating and sitting in one spot for a long time, maybe for a couple of weeks now. I just have to take him out and see what's up with him, and maybe give him an Epsom salt bath to see if this is just that he's clogged or something. Never had problem with them before. They've been with us for 10 years, and this one is a bush, one of the bushes. We have two bushes. So that's as far as the 25,000 gallon goes. I think last week I missed out a little bit on the feeding the arapaima, because the temperature was changing and they looked like they weren't hungry. So one of the koi suffered a loss of a part of his tail fin. Ever since I upped to the feeding, everything went back to normal. So that's that for the 25,000. That's the one in the back right there, the black and white one. No changes in the quarantine in the hospital. Sorry, I haven't even turned the light on. 1,800 gallon. There has been a problem that has ripened. The Asian red-tailed catfish, which I was banking would be very relaxed in the big tank. He's not so relaxed. He's got his targets. One of the fish he hates with passion are the vulture catfish. All the damage on them that you can see is from him. So he'll have to be taken out. He's probably the one who took out the half of the tail of that sun catfish in front of us. So that's vulture's sun catfish, and he doesn't like. I've seen some bites on the lima catfish, on the big ones. That could have been from him. So vulture, sun catfish, lima, and once in a while I think it's him who bites the Brazil Piraiba. Yep, it's one of the recent bites right here. So he has to go out. He's getting kicked out of the 1,800 gallon. He hides among the granulated catfish over there by the back wall. He never touches any of the armored catfish. He doesn't seem to touch the giraffe catfish. Dorado, maybe that's him again on the Dora's pelvic fin. The deep split in the fin, that could be from him. Other than that, this tank is good, despite the dangerous Dorado being in there. They mostly are busy with policing and hurting each other. And the Briken got some damage on him too, but I don't know if it's the growing pains or what. He's missing about a quarter of his tail, or a third of his tail on the bottom. And, it's been like that for a couple of weeks, so not getting worse anyway. We'll see. He's a jerk in his own right. He seems to try to give as much as he takes. Alright, less aggressive 4500. I don't remember if we made any changes here. The new fish are doing well. I don't know if this is Java or this is not Java. I don't know. Stevie bothers me a little bit. He hasn't eaten yet, the blind hybrid. I need to ask Andrew if he was fitting in his hands lately before Andrew gave him to us. Java, he's the other red-tailed catfish from Andrew. Oh, he's right there. Yeah, that's Java on the bottom right there. He's eating very well. So it's something particular to this blind hybrid that's ongoing. Red, she's been doing very well. This is Red from Christina and Carissa. She grew considerably, I would say. Probably added 3 inches at least in the time she's been here. Okay. The firewoods are doing okay. Now that Peru Paraiba is gone from here. Fun-sized Kuma. The firewoods have been behaving much more relaxed, even though they're not eating as much as I would like them to, because we switched foods. I hope they're gonna learn sooner or later that big mullet and mackerel are quite as good as their finger mullets that they're used to. The tail on the damaged black here in the back, it started growing back. I don't know if it's gonna grow all the way back, but we'll see. It's too early to tell. Alright. Fun-sized Kuma that was almost killed in this jumbo has been doing okay, growing back its fins, especially its tail. Hasn't eaten yet once, but I'm not too worried about it. It's chunky fish because of how much it was eating for years, for many years before we took it out of the less aggressive 4500 and put it in this jumbo 4500. Still have the net, as you can see in there, still have the pipe. I'm still stressing the paroons out a little bit so they don't think about biting the Piraiba again. So okay, that's that. The Joke A tank, as you know, the 4 Dovi and the 4 Via joined in here. It looks horribly overstocked, yes. It's temporary. Whether it's weeks, months, or a year or two they have to tolerate it like that, we'll see. I can't predict what's going to happen with them. When somebody might come along and take many of them or some of them. or maybe when I build new tanks, whatever, I'll rehome them to a bigger tank. I really need a much larger jerk tank for. There's a lot more jerks than these guys in here. Today somebody adopted some of the African cichlids, so I totally reworked the jerk B tank. I had to take out all the furniture to catch some of them. Everybody's still upset. As you can see, these two caves are totally empty still. And they will get over it. Wyckii, the black devil catfish, hasn't eaten in I don't know, 3 months, 4 months. Same as that Asian red tail in there, in his pipe in the jerk A tank. Kind of the same as the Asian red tail in the 1800 gallon. This one might have snatched a fish or two over the last 3-4 months, but it seems to run in the family that they're not eating during the winter time that's here. Bass, the largemouth bass, doing well. Recovered from Grumpy's attacks. Inconsequential. The yellow chief has been growing very well, eating very well. The hybrid here from John has recovered from his rough time in the other tank. Now he's eating like a horse, or like a pig I should say. Hotla is doing well. Smaller Walago, everything's fine. Our smallest Pterodorus is doing okay too. From Matthew Long. Chinese Wells in confinement. The 6 gulpers also doing well. The smallest one of them, you can see how the huge difference between the biggest and the smallest, because the smallest was the most stubborn, and I still had to force feed him a few weeks back, but now he's eating on his own. So that's good. That's good. It's much better to. I feel much better about it. I keep it dim so they're more comfortable that way. All right, the last 5 tanks. The Cichlid 2.0 tank that's now looks largely devoid of the cichlids compared to the way it was before. You see that Oaro now both are out and about. Now that the most aggressive cichlids have been taken out. Akara is doing as good as ever. The golden salm is now hiding under this rock, in this woodwork somewhere there, because the white salm was harsh. The new alpha, I guess. The 3 Melanurus and spilums are doing okay. The new bichers from bichers from Orlando doing well. Overall, this doesn't make sense to call this Cichlid 2.0 tank anymore, so I don't know what to call it anymore. The two eels in here are doing excellent also. Alright, the 3 lungfish, no changes here. Eating well, growing well. The odd collection tank is doing okay too. The tarpons, the white sturgeon has been growing. Looks to be 1.5 feet now, or maybe even longer. The spiny eel and the American eel are sharing the cave, which is funny to see. Frontosa. We lost the female Frontosa from when it was attacked in the 1800 gallon, and then rehomed here. Too many rehomings, too many attacks. It just stopped eating and died almost naturally, but I'm pretty sure it was excess stress. Tiggs are doing okay. Panda, the high fin banded Chinese loach. Slowly growing but steadily, the big Walago also. Okay, Grump has been here for a week now, in a day, doing well, not bothering anybody. He has plenty of pellets now that the giant semi-scarp miss. They get stuck on the colander on the screen. So he seems to come, and he cleaned up this tank real well. All the walls are now squeaky clean, courtesy of Grumpy the pleco, because the original pleco is too big and too lazy, and is not efficient. That he doesn't want any to graze on any biofilm or on any surface anymore. Okay, the last tank. The Barbados, the flat whiskered catfish, are getting a bit too big here. I need to take them out and probably put them in the former Cichlid 2.0 tank. Maybe the same goes for some of the fire eels. They're huge. I don't think I'm going to be touching the Pelican catfish because they're small mouth and they're not really predatory. But I'll think about it too. Once I'm redoing this tank, we'll think about it. The bigger blue Messier can come out of here. The three Salvinis, and they can come out of here. I don't know about the fire mouths. The big one could probably come out. There's two smaller fire mouths in here. I think that's the only surviving Hemiotus tetra is right there. We started with 32 of them 2 years ago. We're down to one. I mean, they're touchy and they couldn't handle the competition in here. They were probably getting killed in this tank, and I wasn't even noticing it until there's just a few left, because they would get eaten also. Only bones would be left. Okay, so such is our short update on, more or less, on everybody. Thank you for watching.